All right. I'm going to touch on a topic that probably nobody wants to talk about. Everybody is, but I think in the wrong context, but could just be my opinion. So, the trucker convoy. Great to see Canadians coming together, but I don't think it's going to end well, personally. I mean, you got to remember something. The people that are pulling all the strings here and conning us and fucking us over, they've put years and years of time and research. They've ran the scenarios. They've dumped so much money into this situation now. If, everybody's hopeful, and I get it, I mean, that's cool. But if you think all these truckers rolling to Ottawa is just going to end the years and years of preparation, the money dumped in, basically just the fucking crazy batshit fucking out of their mind bullshit these people have tried to pull. If you think this is the solution, you're going to be very upset. Now, there was those emails that came out like 2 years ago when this all first started. Everybody said, oh, it's fucking crazy. Our government will never do that. They basically outlined their entire plans and everything that's happened so far. We've just kind of been checking things off the list. Supply chain shortages, we're at that now. I mean, they've clearly the vaccine mandate on the truckers has slowed things down. Now, in my opinion, what's happening right now is going to slow it down even worse. That's why I put that story up of the government shaking their hands, because they're seeing what's going on right now, and I can tell you they fucking love it. They set the trap, and everybody's falling for it. Now, once again, like I said, it's great to see Canadians coming together, but the question I ask is, why now? Like, why did it take 2 years? Well, it's simple, because now it affected somebody directly, and now they feel the need to get involved. But the problem with a lot of Western society is until something affects us directly, nobody gives a shit. They're getting a paycheck, nobody cares. As long as it doesn't affect them directly, nobody cares. And that's the issue. It shouldn't have even went this far. People should have been standing up long ago. And I've said it many times. Just imagine if they tried to mandate the construction workers, the factory workers. You see what happens to when they did it to the truckers. You got women that do it too, but it's a majority of men. And men, when you fuck with their money, their livelihood, their family, their food, you're going to push a button, one that you don't like. So imagine they did it to the construction workers and the factories and the mechanics and everything else all at one time. There's a reason they're doing this one group at a time here. They know what they're doing. I'm telling you, it's all planned. Now, in my opinion, what's going to happen is, the roads being blocked by all these truckers, it's just going to slow the supply chain down further. Government's going to love it. They're fucking all over it. This is what their intentions were from the get-go. Like I said, it was in an email 2 years ago. Now, that brings me to my next point and why I'm a little more worried than happy about what's happening. And a lot of people don't see this. I put my story up and I wasn't basically clapping my hands in excitement for the truckers because I think they're walking into a trap. And a few people on my Instagram caught it right away. They know exactly what I'm talking about. The very next point on those emails after the supply chain shortages, if you've read them, you know what I'm talking about. It's on the email it said martial law. In Canada, we don't go by martial law. We have what's called the Emergency Measures Act. It's like a wartime act where they can call the military in if they feel the country's being threatened. Or what I think is going to happen is when these guys all surround the Parliament building there in Ottawa. Now, they may not be there for violent reasons because, most of them probably know just the intimidation of having the trucks there should be enough. But I'm telling you, man, as much as I hate that fucking cocksucker Trudeau, he knows what he's doing. He's weaseling these guys right into a trap. They're going to surround Parliament building. He's going to try to make it look like the government's being threatened. And they're going to try to call the military in. They've been trying to do it for a while. They want a valid reason to make it look like the military's needed. Now, they've already asked the RCMP, I believe, to intervene in the convoy, and they said no. Trudeau's loving it. because now he can say, well, I already tried to ask the RCMP. They didn't want to help me. I only had one option, and that was to call the military in. Now, once the Emergency Measures Act is in place, they'll try to keep it there, which means they get to keep the Reopening Act in place and all these emergency measures in place. Nothing can be overridden. Once that Emergency Measures Act comes in, then you can really see them fuck with the Charter and your freedoms. That stuff no longer applies. So this is my 2 cents on the situation. I'm not I never buy into these fucking trends where I'm going to change my profile pic and think that I'm making a difference. That's fucking stupid as fuck, plain and simple. It does nothing. And the other shitty thing is, I think that the whole GoFundMe deal, they don't even see that money. Like, they're not going to get all that money. What do you think? They're just going to distribute $3 million amongst all these truckers that have made the decision to drive across the country. Now, finally, a group with some balls is choosing to do something about it. But there's more to this, trust me. All the countries that are dropping the mandates now and stuff, they've prepared, man. These people are going to war with us. And I'm telling you right now, this is not the end just like that. It's not happening. So I just hope that everybody that's, putting all this energy towards supporting the truckers, and it's kind of bringing the Canadians together, and that's great. Make sure you carry that energy on if they do decide to call the Emergency Measures Act in, because they could try to put checkpoints in place, city to city, province to province, and they're going to try to make you stay put. But mainly, the reason they would try to bring that in is because then they can keep their fucking emergency powers. And that supersedes the Charter completely. So that's my 2 cents. I mean, and I'm not, trying to downplay what these guys are doing, because it's great, but I don't see it ending well. And I see a lot of people posting it and getting behind them and stuff. That's awesome. But like I said, just make sure you carry that same energy when shit hits the fan, because I think this is going to turn into something worse. And nobody wants to see this over quicker than me. I've been speaking out from day one, never wore a mask, never did any of that shit. And it hasn't affected me directly. I've had a gym to go to every lockdown. My finances are clearly not affected by it. But I chose to get involved anyways, because this is the country that I live in. Which now I bought my property there. We're going to temporarily rent it out, but we've made the decision that we're ultimately going to leave. To me, Canada could go back to normal, but I don't forgive so easy. Taking my food away and taking my freedoms away, no, I don't want to stay here anymore. And the lack of just how people are, sorry, but I don't want to call these people my country folk, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's really chosen to rise up and do too much about it until now. I mean, but it's sad just to see how Canadians are. Everybody's for self, and it's just too much. But anyways, people, always look at the big picture. Nothing is ever simple. This is a big, big game of 5D chess going on right now. And if you think it's going to be a simple victory, wrong. It's not going to be like that. So just take heed the words that I'm saying. Once again, it's just my opinion, but I've been watching this for a long time, and to me and a few other like-minded people who I really respect, especially Punch, man, he caught it right away. Probably not a more prepared guy out there. And I'm just saying, man, I just watch. Just keep watching, because I think they're going to get out there, and Trudeau's going to turn this around. To me, it's a trap. Why do you think they put those walls up around Parliament and shit a long time ago? You don't think they've seen this coming? They're moving the pieces on the chessboard, people, and they're cornering us. And if we're going to rise up, it's got to be big, like in the UK and stuff. They had millions of people in the streets. So it's good to see, but this ain't the one. Not yet. Stay focused, people.